T-shirt fabric, known as jersey knit, is pretty versatile and makes way more than just t-shirts. I'll be showing you 4 ideas of what you can make with it. Hi, I'm Ruvie, a self-proclaimed fashion designer. Welcome back to my channel, and let's get sewing. Good morning, loves. So the other day I went to the fabric store and I picked out some t-shirt materials because I wanted to make a baggy t-shirt, and then I saw that had really cute colors. I ended up picking up a 1/4 meter for this color because I want a head wrap. That's why I got this green, and I want like a cute one arm top from this one's like super stretchy. And then for the t-shirt I ended up going with this dark blue because I don't have a dark blue basic t-shirt. And then this one I want to make like a armless, sleeveless, cropped shirt t-shirt vibe. Yeah, I'm super excited because this is going to be like an all t-shirt material tutorials. So I'm going to be showing you guys 3 different designs. So for today's project, I'm going to be using this pattern that I got at my local fabric store. So this is actually a crew neck, and I use this for my oversized t-shirt patterning. Yeah, so I'm gonna use this for the t-shirt because I also want it to be oversized, and for the sleeveless t-shirt as well. And then for the little purple top, I'm going to be tracing out this little tank top. We're gonna start by grabbing my pattern and prepping it for cutting. So I want to cut it at size medium. I'm just gonna fold over the medium line all around the pieces of the pattern. With my fabric on fold, I'm gonna start cutting my pattern pieces. So you can also read what your pattern says, and it tells you if your fabric needs to be on fold or not. So I'm just gonna trace my pattern out onto my fabric and then start cutting out. I also want my t-shirt to have a sort of croppy fit to it, so I'm not going to add any more inches to the bottom of my pattern because this pattern usually comes with ribbing to add the more length. So if you want yours to be a normal length or even more longer, you should add a bit. Now taking my front piece, laying it right sides up, I'm gonna put the back piece right side facing down, and then I'm gonna pin around it and sew the sides and the shoulder parts of the t-shirt. I cut out 2 neck pieces because the one is for the t-shirt and the one is for the sleeveless t-shirt. So this was just saving me some time. I hope that doesn't confuse you. So we're gonna start by sewing the sides and the shoulder parts of our t-shirts and then move on to overlocking them. So the ribbing for the t-shirt is pretty stretchy, and I found that it works best when I just overlock it instead of sewing a straight stitch. So I went ahead and do that. You can also use a zigzag stitch for that. Now I'm just gonna lay my t-shirt to the side and press down all my seams flat, and then now I'm gonna cut out points to where I'm gonna pin my ribbing for the neck of the t-shirt. So doing this helps me find the center point of the front part of my shirt and the back part of my shirt, and then I'm gonna do the same to my ribbing piece. I'm gonna find the center points. I like to have the stitch of where I joined my ribbing to be the center back of my shirt. Now that I have all the points on the ribbing, it should be 4 points, and on your t-shirt you should also have 4 points. And now I'm just gonna line them up with the t-shirt and then pin them in place. Then we're gonna go ahead and sew around the neck and make sure that you're pulling your material to match. While I'm still at the iron station, I like to also do my hemming for my arms of the shirt and then do the hemming for the bottom of the shirt. So I do about a 1/2 inch double folded hem. After hemming my arm pieces, I like to put them together right sides touching and then sew on the cut out side. Now I'm sewing the ribbing onto the neck of the shirt. Just make sure that you pull your fabric. After sewing it down, we're just gonna flip it up, and this is our ribbing. Iron it down flat, and I like to do a top stitch on my t-shirts. Now that our arms are prepped, hemmed and overlocked, we're gonna have them the right side out, and then we're gonna have our t-shirt the wrong side out, and then we're just going to match the bottom seam with the side seam of the arm and then pin everything else around. To cut out for the sleeveless t-shirt, I'm using the pieces of the t-shirt that I cut out earlier. I want it to be more cropped, so I'm going to cut out a bit on the length side and fold my pieces from the t-shirt. So you can just go ahead and use your pattern and also decide on which length you want yours to be. Now that we have our back and our front piece, we're gonna have them right sides touching, and then we're gonna sew along the sides and on the shoulder. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and flat iron all my seams. Now I'm going to be doing little top stitches at the edges of each seam. So where the armhole and the shoulder piece meets, and also at the bottom of my shirt. Now I'm going to go ahead and prep my neck ribbing as I did for the t-shirt, same exact way that we're going to do for the sleeveless t-shirt. So for this one, I decided to not do a top stitch on my neck ribbing. I'm just gonna leave it like this. Now moving on to our one arm top, we're gonna have our fabric unfold with the stretchiest part of the fabric going across our body, and then we're gonna grab our tank top and fold it in half so that we can trace out the pattern for the top. I want my top to be way longer than the tank top fits on me, so I'm just gonna leave extra room at the bottom of the tank top, and it's also going to be asymmetrical, so do leave a bit of space under your tank top. You can always readjust it later if it's too long for your liking. After cutting the shape of the top, we're gonna have it right sides touching with our fabric to cut out for the other piece. These are going to be exactly the same pieces, the front and the back. After sewing the sides of our top together, I went ahead and also overlocked. Now we're going to press the seams flat. Excuse me for using black thread on this purple top. I was just too lazy to change the thread on the overlocking machine. So now we're gonna go ahead and hem around the armhole and the neckline of our top. So I'm just gonna do a simple fold. I'm still thinking if I should have done a double fold hem on this. I might change it later, but I just did about 1/2 inch fold. And for the bottom of the top, I decided to leave it raw and just stretch out the fabric. For the head wrap, I basically wanted a really long rectangle, and doing my head wraps I also like to tear the fabric instead of cutting with the scissors. So I had 2 rectangles and joined them together, and that's it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this sewing project. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and see you guys in my next one.